It's the end of the week, and so it's time to take out the trash. Okay, Brett, we've got our garbage can here. Who's going in it this week?
My garbage person, I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to choose him because it sounds like such like a plug and play, he wasn't trying this week kind of person, but it is Tucker Carlson. Tucker Swanson bro Carlson. So there's a couple clips from last night on Tucker's show that really infuriated me. The first is how he's trying to say that he's getting canceled by everyone else in the media, and Fox, who is under fire for essentially fanning Trump's flames of lies about democracy and wants to be held, and people are trying to hold them accountable for it. He says, no. Fox News is just saying something different, and they stand as that lone life preserver in a sea of uniformity.
Of all of those, it's this channel, Fox News, that is the most significant hurdle to getting everyone to sing from the same song sheet. Fox is the last big organization in the American news media that differs in even the smallest ways from the other big news organizations. The only one, that's it, just us. At this point, there's everyone else in the media standing in crisp formation in their starched matching uniforms and their little caps, patiently awaiting orders from the billionaire class. And then there's Fox News, off by itself, occasionally saying things that are slightly different from everyone else.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
First of all, the starched uniforms, I think that's like, and their little caps. He wants to say that that every other big news organization is North Korea, essentially, and you're in your starched uniform. Dude, you, Tucker Carlson, are a starched Oxford shirt come to life.
He has starch on his shirt as he's saying that.
And like, dude, I hate to tell you, but you look, and earlier he talks about like, I think Anna Navarro and the arguments that she memorized at Dartmouth. Like, dude, you are a cartoon drawing of Ivy League elitism, period. That you're a floppy haired pleated pant. That's what you are. And then the idea that it's like, oh, we're different, so we're better. No. Poison food is different from non-poison food. Poison food is not better. So when he says we say something different than everyone else, that's not enough to say that you have some kind of superiority. Because what you're saying is a bunch of lies. The lies about, and he's talking about other people in the media who want to hold Fox News accountable for spreading election lies, specifically about Smartmatic and Dominion voting systems. And what the different thing that he's so proud that Fox News is saying really is essentially made up nonsense that they didn't counteract by providing all the information that was available to everyone else. They didn't provide that on the people's shows who are getting sued until there was a threat of them getting sued. Yeah. So the accountability makes you say the thing that everyone else is saying, but the only reason those other people are saying it is because they are actual journalists doing actual journalism things. You on your show, which is just a series of rhetorical questions and occasional hat tips to white supremacists, he keeps asking those questions, even though, dude, just look it up. This idea that
you have a team.
The question is not the destination, moron. Especially on a news station. We're different because we don't actually go after news. We don't actually answer the questions. We just ask them. Aren't we quirky and different and neat? That's
and Brett.
Carlson.
Yeah. What? So there's two things about we're the only ones who ask questions that I like about that he's not being explicit about. So recently, what has he been saying that's different from CNN and MSNBC? What free inquiry has he been defending? Anti-vax stuff about the COVID vaccine and QAnon. That's it. That's it. He wants people who believe those things to watch his show. I get it. Having people watch a show is nice. That is a nice thing. And the other thing is he keeps saying like he's talking. We're the only ones who ask questions, and he is ostensibly differentiating himself from CNN and MSNBC. But that's not really what he's doing. We're the only ones that are different. Don't pay attention to OANN and Newsmax. Get out of here. It's only us. We're the only ones. No one else even exists. because he knows that Fox has lost a lot of viewers to those other networks. And the exact like questioning and open inquiry and anti-cancel culture stuff that he does, he's trying to appeal to the crazies, and he's scared because OAN and Newsmax do a better job of trying to appeal to the crazies because they're crazier, because they don't have the sponsors and stuff like that they worry about losing necessarily. So he's like trying to say that he's a bulwark against the mainstream media, but what he's really doing is protecting his ass. He's worried about other right-wing crazies taking his audience.
And the evidence is in there because he used the word big. We're the only big news company doing it. So that's borne out even more by that. And I'm glad you bring up this weird thing he's doing where he's essentially promoting his show and giving people whom he talks to like their children the kind of information you would give to children to get them to watch you say it over and over again every night. And I wasn't gonna make him garbage person for that, but here is what Tucker Carlson said about the woman who got shot in the Capitol and the general reaction from people on his show that airs at 8 p.m. Take a look.
Just yesterday, Christoph suggested that this show, the one you're watching, was somehow guilty of terrorism, of violence, something that we've been opposed consistently for 4 years. How are we guilty of that and why? Well, because Ashley Babbitt, the unarmed protester shot to death at the Capitol on January 6th, apparently watched this show from time to time at 8 p.m. Now, keep in mind that Ashley Babbitt is dead. She paid quite a price for trying to enter the speaker's lobby without permission, and no one mourned her. What kind of country is it, by the way? And we're saying this as a show that was against what they did on January 6th from the second they did it. But what kind of country is it where nobody says, whoa, wait, that's kind of sad? They shot an unarmed woman? Is that really a death penalty offense? How hard-hearted are we that no one can even acknowledge that's sad, which it is?
No, she was just sad. Yeah. She was just trying to get in without permission. That is an amazing feat of sort of technically describing something, but really missing all of the points of it.
And I've mentioned on your show why it's sad that she got caught, that she got shot.
Course. Because she shouldn't have been there. She shouldn't have been deceived by people like Tucker Carlson and believing insane things. That is very sad.
100% right. And the only other thing I'll add is the extra layer that is the reason I said out loud, oh, he's my garbage person, it's Tucker Carlson, is because he's pretending that he's saying we should be sad for her. The night before on his show, he is trying to excuse Derek Chauvin's behavior of kneeling on George Floyd's neck for 8 minutes. And not saying it's sad, saying, no, that guy does drugs. You shouldn't feel bad for him. He refers to her as a killed unarmed person to Ashley Babbitt or whatever her name was. What about all the other unarmed people who have been shot, killed, murdered by police? He wants you to not think that that's sad at all. Nope. And if he does, it's just in passing so he can make his way more insidious rhetorical point. He says, oh, it's sad, but let me tell you why you shouldn't care. And that's what makes him a garbage person.
Exactly.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.